Hi, good afternoon. So, as we go on, let's continue or let's proceed. Our next lesson will be lesson 29. So, there is a new set of principles again. So, we have the brief forms, the word beginning X, the word ending full, and then the word endings cal and cul. So, let's go to the brief forms for there are 10 words which is responsible. Responsible is represented by your R. It is RSP. Work, U, and the overeat. Then public, it's P and your B sounds. Publish and publications, it is your P, B, and the ish sounds. Ordinary, it's O and then your blended sound then. Experience is represented by ES and P. Usual is represented by the E, then the U, and then the shall, which is represented as ish. Word is represented by your U and U, and the one is recognized. How do we write these brief forms in a shorthand outline? So the video representations. Number one is the responsible. So should be written as R, then S, P. So that is how to write. Word is represented by these formations. O, then overeat. C. Public is represented by your P, then make it longer, the other one. Publication and publish is the same outline. We have the P, then full length, then the ish, which is represented also by Shun. Then ordinary, it's O and then then. Experience is from the top, E, then P. Then usual, it is E, usual. So check this one, should be straight line. Okay, next word is the U, so it is word. Okay, recognize, we have RK and then the broken circle which is represented by R, K, and then S. That is how to write. Okay, let's repeat it again. R, S, P, O, then overeat, P, then B, P, then full length, then ish, O and then from the top, E, S, experience, usual, then word, then R, K, and I, then recognize. That is how to write. Next, let's go for this one, X. The word beginning X, it's represented by your E and your S. So understood that it is represented by your ES. It's either left or right S you are going to use when it is connected to a opposite side, like the following sample. Like for example, the extra. So you will use the E and the right S because it is joined with the T sounds. But compared to the word expenses, you will use the left S because it is joined with the downward curved line opposite Okay. Remember, all these sounds like P, B, you will use the E plus your left S to make it is as word beginning X. Other that not mentioned to these principles, it is you will use the right S to make it is a word beginning X. Okay. So, let's try the samples. Extra, we have, so, as you can see, ESTRA. So, we will write them one by one. Okay. Extra. So, it is written as ESTRA. Once more, ESTRA. Next, examine. So, EX, then big circle with because E, then the man, moon sounds which is represented by a blended straight line combinations of M and N, that is would be examine. Once more, it is examine. Next, expert. The word expert is represented by expert. It is from the top, ESPRT. Once more, ESPRT. That is expert. There is emissions of a minor vowel sound. Next one is excellent. So, the word excellent is represented again because excellent is joined with another sound of S. So therefore, you will use the, so let's add here is the C because it's represented by the sound of S again. So you will use the left S to join as word beginning X. Like sample the word excellent. So X, so your A, then another E, L, then E, then the blended sound N and T. Once more, excellent. That's it. Okay, next one, it is the word beginning full. The word beginning, the word ending full rather. The word ending full, it represented by F. It's not a disjoint, but it is joined. Okay. So, from the book itself is the word beginning ending full, it's represented by F. So, therefore, it is F. So, since F, it's a medium downward stroke outline. So, see the samples there. So, C. F, it's full, like the word is careful, doubtful, grateful, useful, thoughtful, beautiful, helpful, helpfully, helpfulness. Okay, let's write it one by one in a shorthand methods. Like for example, the word is careful. So your write is as K A R then F. Once more, K A R F. Careful. Next, like for example, the word is beautiful. So it is a full length B, then U, T, then E, F. So once more, it is full length then the U, T, E, full. Beautiful. That's it how to write the full sound. Next one is represented by cal and cul. Sometimes these two spelling may differentiate, so you must to observe whether it is a cal or cul as to represent, okay, as the sound itself. It is represented by a disjoint K. So it is disjoint. So meaning to say it is separated. K. Separated from the root word or root word beginning of a word. So let's go for the word samples. So as you can see, chemical, medical, identical, logical, political, typical, technical, physically, articles. So that is the few word samples of the word ending call and cal. So it is represented by the K sound, but it is written as disjoint. So let's write to make it more elaborated. Okay. So next one is the word chemical. So the word chemical is the sound of K, then the E, M, chem, then separated the K. So please notice that when you separated the K, do not separated more distance, but it is narrow. Kumbaga, mas malapit lang siya dapat, hindi siya pwedeng ilayo. Okay. Wag isulat na ganito. So it is wrong. Should be written as K-A-M then kel. So dapat malapit lang siya. So it's a narrow baseline. Next one is the logical. So logical, you have the sounds of L, O, then G, then the separated K. Once more, L, O, G, then K. Okay, next. Last songs that we're going to discuss it is another set of brief forms again. So we're going to lesson 31. Lesson 31, it is set of brief forms again. We have the never, quantity, executive, throughout, object, character, govern, and then correspond and correspondence. We have the your, we have the ual. Okay, so let's to discuss first the word which is brief forms. Never, it's represented by your N and your V. Quantity, it is represented by your K intersected by your upward T sounds. Okay. So, next, executive, we have your E, S, E, then K, then V. Throughout is under it sounds R, then OW, which is represented also as your out. As to the brief forms of out, it is OW. Then object is represented by O, B, and K. Character is K and K, or kak. Govern is represented by your K or your G and your V. Correspond and correspondent is your K, R, E, S. So let's write one by one. Word the word is never. So it's written as NV. NV. Quantity, it's K then intersected by T. Once more, T. Next, executive, it is ES then KV. ESKV. Throughout is under it, then R, then out. Once more, T, R, out. Next, object. O, B, K. Once more, O, B, K. Next, govern is G and V. Oh, G and V without any angles. It's direct. Next, correspond and correspondent is KRES. KRES. That is how to write the shorthand outline of the set of reforms. Let's again, never, quantity, executive, throughout, object, govern, correspond, and correspondence. Then the last one is the character, which is K and K. More K and K. Okay, next. Your. Your, it is the representations of your R sounds. When we see R only, it is written as R. Okay. So, to write it like the words failure. So, F, A, L, then R. Once more, F, L, R. That is failure. Future. F, E, K. Correct it. F, E, T, R. Once more, F, T, R. So remember, your, it represented by R. So there is another also here is future, futured, nature, natural. So there is a lot of words that it corresponds to the word ending your. As long as you can see, you are like mature. So it's represented by R. Next one is usual. It represented by your L. So it's a little bit longer compared to your. So mas mahaba lang siya. So longer. So let's say it's actual, gradual, scheduled, scheduled, equal, equally. So let's try to write it the word ending actual. So we have the A, T, K, T, L. That is how to write. A, K, T, L. Okay. Next principles, it is the word ending ili. So there is a comparison between this one to the sounds of li. But this one, it's ili. So how do we compare? Both sounds, the same look like as representations. It is the sound of E. Only the difference when it comes to the word ending ili, it is represented by a narrow loop. Medyo pahiga lang siya ng konti, or let's say parang nag-oblong lang siya ng konti compared to the sound of li, which is represented as E, small circle. When we say small circle, it is a perfect circle, but this one, it's not perfect circle. It's just merely written as narrow or slope, narrow loop. So it is written as like this. Ganyan siya. Compared, it is ili. Compared to your li, it is circle only. Okay, so you can see the difference between these two word ending sound. Okay, so like for example, the word there is readily. So it's written as R-A-D-I-L-Y. readily. So if you were compare this one to your this one, it's your E and your illy. Okay, next is easily. Easily. Oh, once more, easily. Next, let's go to another principle, which is word beginning all. Word beginning all, it's represented by a shortened letter O. So, kung letter O, it is E, like that. It is all. So, all the words that there is a word beginning all, it is represented by U, like the sample below. Alter, altered, altogether, almost, also, and almanac. So it's written as alter. Okay, once more, alter. Almost. Almost. Next, we have the word beginning des and these. The word beginning des and this is represented by a combination two principles, which is the letter D and S. So it is, you will use this time the left S. Okay, always left S. Okay, so it's written as DS. DS. So that is represented by the word beginning des and then the word beginning des. Okay. So the sample is discuss. So you can see DS, then KO and S. Discourage, distance, dispose, dismiss, and discover. So let's write to make it easier for you as to follow. So discuss. Okay, once more. So if it's this the line of your paper, so it's you will write as discuss. Okay, once more. From the down is then next. Dismiss. Dismiss is DS M then ES. Dismiss once more. DS M S. Okay, that is how to write. The same as the word beginning des. Okay, so it's up to you to check the spelling, whether it is DIS or DES. Okay,